Hello, welcome to the Virtual College Fair for all Virginia students, sponsored by the Virginia Association of Collegiate Registrars and Admission Counselors and StriveScan. Thank you for joining us. We have a few housekeeping announcements before getting started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. Your camera and microphone are off, so panelists cannot see or hear you. This is just one of many sessions happening, so be sure to check out the full schedule at strivescan.com/Virginia. This presentation is being recorded and will be available within about a week at that same website, strivescan.com/Virginia. We now are going to begin with our first presenter, and we'll be hearing from Glenville State College.
Hi everyone, let me get my screen up. All right, so if you've never heard of Glenville State College before, we're right in the center of West Virginia. So if you put your finger in the center of the state, that's where we are. We're nestled in the mountains here in Glenville, and we're about a 2-hour drive from some of the bigger cities in our state like Huntington, Charleston, Morgantown, and Parkersburg. So it's really easy to get out and about from here. Like I said, my name is Sarah, and I have my coworker Lexi here. We both work in the admissions office, and she'll be here to answer any of the questions you have in the chat, so just let us know anything you need from us. So here you can see we have 8 different academic departments at Glenville, and we do offer some of our degrees online. A great thing about our school is the small size, so you've got about a 17-to-1 student and faculty ratio. And also our faculty members are bringing a lot of real-world experience into the classroom. So some of our professors have owned businesses, been working at accounting firms. We have a criminal justice professor who's got an episode on forensic files, fine arts professors who have performed in symphonies. So there's a lot of real-world experience for you. And the class sizes are so small that your professors know who you are, they know what your goals are, and we're all here to help you along the way. We also have a really diverse population here, even though it seems like a small place. We have students that come from Japan and Nigeria, the Caribbean, California, Texas, and all over the East Coast. So we've got a lot of diversity here on our campus. Athletics is a big part of our school. We're an NCAA Division II college and members of the Mountain East Conference. You can see all the different sports opportunities we have for women and men at our college. We have really great facilities, so you can see in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen, that's our Waco Center, and we like to say we have D1 facilities at a D2 school because it's really top-notch, and we also have a baseball complex with AstroTurf fields and an indoor practice stadium and everything you need to be a successful athlete, including private weight rooms and athletic trainers. So what you need to do to get started, we have an online application. It's really easy to get to following the website I've shared here on our screen. And because you're here tonight, we're going to share our free waiver code with you so that when you fill out this application online and they're asking you for the application fee, you can type in #GoPioneers and you will get your waiver code. So that way your application is free. After you apply, you'll be contacted by one of the admissions officers here, either by text or email, and we'll let you know what your next steps are, and we'll be here for you the whole time to let you know how you're doing as far as college readiness goes. So actually the FAFSA opened today, and so you can go to www.studentaid.gov to fill out your free application. And when you get to what schools you want to add, there's our GSC code so that Glenville can get your information and we can help you get your financial aid all the way through before classes start. A big part of the FAFSA is your estimated family contribution, and it's important to get that number because outside scholarships often use that number to decide how much to award you. And here at Glenville, we can stack all your scholarships so you can continue to get the best financial support. And as you can see, it's a really affordable education, and we're here to help you get all the support that's available to you. So thank you guys so much for listening with me tonight. Our campus is open and we're allowing campus visits, and we've got it set up so that we just host one family at a time. We can take you around and show you what Glenville is, and you can see how our campus is working right now. We have a Twitter that I've shared our handle here as well, so you can make sure you stay up to date, and we give you plenty of tips for college readiness so you're always in the know. And thank you so much.
Thank you for sharing the information about Glenville State College. Our next presentation will be hearing from the University of North Carolina, Charlotte.
All right, hi everyone. I'm Catherine Mason. I'm an Assistant Director of Admissions for Regional Recruitment at UNC Charlotte. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really look forward to telling you more about us. So we are, of course, as you can imagine, in Charlotte, North Carolina. We are one of 16 different universities within the UNC system. So we are proudly recognized as North Carolina's Urban Research University. What that means is that there's just 9 miles between us and Uptown Charlotte. So at UNC Charlotte, we actually in Charlotte, we call our downtown Uptown. And we actually have a really cool light rail that connects us from our beautiful residential campus all the way to Uptown Charlotte. So there's 9 miles between us. We are technically located in Charlotte, but we're not directly in Uptown. So students really, really love that because it kind of provides them the best of both worlds. Overall, this is just one of our beautiful new buildings, but something to keep in mind, in addition to being an urban research university, because we do have that research classification, we're also one of the fastest growing universities in the state of North Carolina. So in the past 7 years, we built 22 new buildings. Our student union building is here to the left of that. Just this past January, we broke ground on, or we opened our 148,000 square foot building that's completely devoted to health and wellness. So indoor track, indoor pool, indoor cooking demo kitchen, all kinds of things like that. Also this past fall, we broke ground on a brand new science building. So we're constantly building and growing, but our students really love our modern campus. In terms of enrollment, our total enrollment is just over 30,000 with an approximate undergraduate population of just over 24,000, and then a graduate population of just under 6,000. So while that technically makes us the second largest public university in North Carolina, we're so much more than just a large public school. I know those numbers can seem daunting, 30,000 or even 24,000 undergraduate students sounds like a lot, but if you take it away anything from these 6 minutes, I really hope you are engaged enough to learn a little bit more about our community, because we are so much more of a close-knit community than we are of just a large public university. When students are at UNC Charlotte, they are called Niners, and the Niner pride is strong. It's a very diverse, incredible campus community, and students are able to be involved in over 400 different clubs and organizations. We also have 18 different Division I sports and over 50 different intramural clubs and organizations too, and then also over 70 different study abroad options. We are also recognized as a global campus with students coming from over 100 different countries and representing 47 different states throughout our nation, and 40% of our students self-identify as coming from an underrepresented background, meaning really students are surrounded by other students with various backgrounds and perspectives, and it really adds to your academic experience. Here's that light rail that I mentioned. It actually stops on campus 107 times a day and takes students through 11 different stations throughout Seattle, throughout our city, our uptown city of Charlotte. And we are really, really proud to be connected to the city of Charlotte. So here are some of our major companies globally headquartered in Charlotte. And what's really important is that we are very big on experiential learning, having students take part in experiential learning through internships or co-ops in their undergraduate career. Looking at academics, I won't go through all 171 majors, but I do want to tell you a little bit about how those academic majors are housed, where they're housed, and how they're organized throughout our 7 different academic colleges. We have pretty much something for everybody. We have our College of Liberal Arts and Sciences, our College of Arts and Architecture, Belk College of Business, Cato College of Education, also our College of Computing and Informatics for those interested in computer science, the College of Health and Human Services as well. And then also, last but definitely not least, because we are known as an engineering school, is our Lee College of Engineering. And if you were anything like me in college, I was definitely interested in a lot. I had a big passion for going to college and really finding my academic fit, but I just wasn't ready to put that major on an application just yet. So just know that it is absolutely okay to apply to UNC Charlotte as an undeclared student. And we have our university college for those students who are coming in undeclared or undecided. And it's also home to students who decide to change their major midway through. We have an incredible honors college for students who really challenged themselves in high school and want to continue that in college. There is a separate application, so that deadline is December 15th, and you can submit that after you submit your application to UNC Charlotte. And speaking of, let me tell you a little bit about the application process. We basically require 4 components to the application: the application fee, official high school transcript, and essay. What's optional this year are test scores, so ACT or ACT test scores, also a recommendation letter, and personal statement. Those are all welcome to be submitted if you wanted to have them submitted, but just know that they're not required this year. In terms of deadlines, our early action deadline is November 1st, and our regular decision deadline is February 1st. Those are non-binding deadlines, so basically it means that if admitted, it's really up to you if you wish to enroll. But I highly recommend that students apply by our early action deadline of November 1st. It means that you find out sooner. And then looking at our admitted freshman profile. Of this freshman profile, this is basically an overview of those students who were admitted for fall 2020, looking at their weighted and unweighted GPA. So of that middle 50% of those students who were accepted, those ranges were 3.7 to 4.3 weighted, 3.3 to 3.8 unweighted, at 1110 to 1290 for the SAT, and then 22 to 28 for the ACT composite. Just a general overview of our in-state versus out-of-state tuition rates, but also know that there are a lot of ways to offset those costs. The last thing I'll mention is to definitely tune into future49ers.uncc.edu to build your Future 49er portal. So thank you so much.
Great. Thank you so much, Catherine. We appreciated hearing that. All right. Our next presenter is going to be Sweet Briar College. Sweet Briar?
Sorry, I'm sorry.
Good, you're there.
I'm like, it's being a little funky. Sorry. Hi, everybody.
Okay.
It's being so silly. I'm so sorry. Give me one moment. No. Okay. I'm sorry. It's not letting me share my screen.
If you need a moment, we could go to the next school and then we could cycle back to give you a few more minutes. Would that be okay? Or would that work for you?
Yes, thank you so much. Sorry about that.
Great, great. That's okay. Concord University, are you able to begin presenting?
Yes, I can.
Great. Oh, thanks, Alan. We appreciate it so much.
Absolutely.
So we can see and hear you, and you can feel free to share your screen. Great.
We'll go ahead and get started. This is, of course, a brief review of the school. Hopefully, you'll find what you need to know in this brief 6 minutes. And of course, if you have any questions, let me know. My name is Alan Smith. I'm Associate Director of Admissions at Concord. There we go. All right, so we are a public liberal arts university, basically meaning you get a well-rounded education. We actually feel private and sound private, but we actually are public, founded in 1872 as a teacher's college. Since then, we have added over 60 majors, minors, and programs to study. Education is our most popular program. We're also known for getting students to very competitive graduate programs. So if you're looking at pre-med, pre-law, anything pre-professional related, that is definitely one of our niches as a school. We do have 4 graduate programs, which are totally online, and something that's very, that we've always done well with over the years is offering financial aid to our students, our undergraduate students. We'll talk a little bit more about that in a couple minutes. Also, you can see our location in the state of West Virginia where the Mountain Lion Paw is. We're in the town of Athens, West Virginia, and which is about 30 minutes below Beckley, West Virginia, an hour west of Blacksburg, Virginia, to kind of put it in perspective for you there. So admissions requirements, we are test optional for fall 2021. The normal traditional requirements are 2.0 and a 950 or 2.0 and an 18. But for fall 21, if you have at least a 3.0 GPA, or if you have a 2.5 in your core classes, if you have either one of those, then we will admit you outside of the test score. We do encourage students, of course, to take the test because that can certainly help you out in terms of academic scholarships. One of our hallmarks here at the university, definitely our faculty, over 110 full-time, over 73% hold the highest degree in their field. Average class size is roughly about 13, and all of our classes are taught by professors. So you build a lot of relationships, personal relationships with professors and faculty from your freshman to senior year. And all of the professors are advisors as well. So you're advised by someone in your academic area of study. They make sure you're taking the correct classes in the correct sequential order. If you want to be involved with things outside of academics, such as performing arts, you want to be in the marching band, but you don't want to be a music major, or you want to be your own DJ at the radio station, you can do that. You actually do get class credit for those things, but you can continue those hobbies when you come to Concord. We have a plethora of student activities at Concord, from political organizations, faith-based groups, community service related, outdoor recreation. If we don't have a club or organization that you're interested in, we encourage you to get that started. It's very easy to do. The total number right now is over 60 clubs and organizations. Now, if you're into outdoor recreation, definitely there's lots to do in the area. Pipestone State Park, whitewater rafting, winter place, several things within arm's reach, so to speak, of the university campus. And we have a very active outdoors club, which our chief of police is the staff sponsor for, and our golf teams also, and some of our other athletic teams, such as cross country and track, utilize some of the nearby facilities just to change up the scenery a little bit. We're NCAA Division II with our athletics. So we're in the Mountain East Conference. We have 16 varsity sports. Of course, if you're interested in athletics, reach out to your respective coach. We also do offer esports, and this is our second year for that at Concord. Our Call of Duty team was second in the nation last year, and they also, we have Overwatch, Call of Duty, and League of Legends as our 3 competitive esports games. Community service, very important to Concord. It's in our institutional mission, not required of students, but we do heavily encourage it. We have a Bonner Scholarship Program. We're the only public school in the nation with the Bonner Program, and it's valued at $3,000. It does have a separate application from our admissions application, and that the priority deadline's November the 1st, and the regular deadline's February 1st. So definitely get that application in if you are interested. Residential life, we just renovated some residence halls. The picture on the bottom there is North and South Towers, which you just renovated a couple years ago. Completely new everything, added AC, carpet, toilets, sinks, showers, and everything. So if you come for a visit, we can take you in the residence halls that you see what they look like. And we do have parking for all students, even if you're a freshman, and $25 a semester to park your car. So we try not to rob you too much on bringing your car, but we do encourage you to bring that. And if you can, if all possible, definitely stay on campus. That's where I made a lot of my memories. And I think many of the other people on the panel would tell you the same thing. We offer a variety of dining options. The university cafeteria is all you can eat. It's very attractive to me when I was an 18-year-old male. Still pretty attractive to me. If you come for a visit, we'll take care of lunch for you, so you can try that out, because you may have to eat that for the next 4 years. But if the cafeteria is not fixing what you want that day, don't worry. We have other options with Subway, Starbucks, don't know if you're drinking caffeine yet, but you probably eventually will be. Very safe campus, state police trained officers. They're on duty every day of the year, and they do have arresting powers, which I've never field tested, but I have field tested their parking ticket writing skills. Also, scholarships start at a 3.0 GPA, so that's where our base level scholarships start. And so definitely get your application in. We offer a tuition reduction program for out-of-state students. There are 3 ways to qualify, and that's a $4,000 reduction for out-of-state students there. And we are on some social media outlets, so follow us, like us, stay up to speed with what's going on, and we can keep you in the know with the campus happenings. Of course, my contact information, along with the rest of the staff, is listed there. Feel free to reach out to us with any questions. Many of us work with the state of Virginia, but you know, we work as a team, so don't hesitate to reach out. And I will pass it back over to.
Thank you so much for sharing and for jumping in like that, Alan. We appreciate it.
No problem.
All understand technology issues during this time of 2020. Just a quick reminder for all of our attendees, we're so happy you're here. Please remember that there is the Q&A box. You can input a question for a specific school's representative, and they can respond back to you directly. Or you can add a question that could be answered by all of the representatives, and we can, and they can either answer that in the chat box, and we can also grab it at the end of the presentation. So just to update, we're going to move next for our final 3 presentations, just to help all of our presenters. We'll be going to the University of Mississippi next, followed by William and Mary, and then Sweet Briar College. And so, Ole Miss, you are up next, so please feel free to begin your presentation.
Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. My name is Debbie McCain-Wesley, and I am representing the University of Mississippi, affectionately known as Ole Miss. We're nestled in the northern part of the state of Mississippi in a fabulous college town called Oxford. If you've ever heard of Memphis, Tennessee, we are about a little over an hour outside of Memphis. We have approximately 17,000 undergraduate students on our main campus, but when you count our students that are in our medical school, which is located in our state capital city of Jackson, as well as our other graduate programs in our law school, we have a total enrollment of around 23,000 students. And they come from all 50 states, the District of Columbia, and close to 90 countries. We have a 17-to-1 student-faculty ratio, and our average class sizes tends to range between 30-35 students in a class. We are part of the Southeastern Conference, so we're a Division I athletic program, and we're like the 3rd smallest within the SEC. Our academic programs really run the gamut. They're incredibly diverse. So students are able to pursue programs in the areas in the arts, but at the end of the spectrum in the sciences and kind of anything in between. I wouldn't dare name all of our majors because our College of Liberal Arts, as you can probably see here, is quite vast, but we boast a top 25 pharmacy school, nationally ranked accounting program. We're also recognized for our strong School of Business. For those students who may not have any idea of what they want to do, it's okay. We have a general studies major to kind of help you figure out where your passions lie academically. We also have a School of Journalism and New Media, a School of Education, School of Engineering, and School of Applied Sciences. And our School of Applied Sciences is usually where science and service intersect. And there are really some amazing majors within that. Of course, being in the state of Mississippi, we have the only medical school within the state. It belongs to us. And so a lot of students tend to look at the University of Mississippi to pursue the sciences in some capacity. So you'll see our pre-professionals area that just allows students to be placed on a specific track to go to medical school, dental school, PTK, school. So there's a variety of things, and you'll get a lot of support at the university. In addition to these particular majors, we also have a number of special programs, and these do require a separate application. But for those students who want a little bit more breadth and depth to their academic studies and programs, we certainly encourage them to consider our Honors College. We also boast 2 language flagship programs in Arabic and Chinese. We are very well connected with individuals within our nation's capital that we offer this wonderful program for our Center for Intelligence and Security Studies, as well as Croft Institute for International Studies as well. Leadership is also a very popular program at Ole Miss, and a number of our students are interested in community service and being involved, certainly as students on our campus, but when they go beyond our area. Applying to Ole Miss is quite simple. I think we've really streamlined that process. We are on the Common App, and we also have our institutional app. And so I encourage you, if we're on your list, and maybe after tonight, hopefully if we're not on it, you'll put us on it, that you'll consider visiting our website and submitting an application. Students who have a 2.0 core GPA are admissible, without a test score. And certainly we do welcome either the SAT or the ACT, because for our academic merit scholarships, those still require them. And speaking of scholarships and affordability, close to 80% of our students receive some type of financial assistance. We do offer Academic Merit Award, which is scholarships that you don't have to apply for. They're automatically given to you if you fit a certain category and you meet this criteria. And then we have some competitive scholarships that you'll be able to complete an application so that we will get to know more about you and how you best learn. We'll be able to hear your voice, through your writing, those letters of recommendation, and you'll be able to share with us those things that kind of keep you busy and involved. And speaking of involvement, our students on our campus are extremely involved. We have close to 400 clubs and organizations, and a huge component of that happens within our residential community. We actually require all first-year students to live on campus with us for 1 year, and we're going to give you some great options from traditional style housing to contemporary style housing. So there's a lot of opportunities for you to continue to grow and develop within our residential communities. And the food is really good too. Many of them have on-site cafeterias and kind of grab and go locations. And then in our main student union, we have a McAllister's Deli, Chick-fil-A, Which, Adobo. So there's a lot that students can be involved in, and a lot for them to do. And then if there's not a club on our campus that you would like to see, the process for you to create a club and bring it to our community is one that's quite seamless. And certainly we try our best to meet the needs of our students with a variety of campus resources, such as our student disability services. We boast 2 athletic facilities on our campus as well. The town of Oxford is so charming, so please come and visit us. This is my contact information here, and you can also follow us at Ole Miss Bound on Instagram. And thank you so much again for being here tonight.
Great, thank you so much, Debbie, for your sharing of the information about Ole Miss. All right, next we will hear from William and Mary.
Awesome, thank you so much, Jennifer. Let me just share my screen real quick. All right, great. All right, so my name is Logan Reed. I am an Assistant Dean of Admission of William & Mary. And so I'm not giving these awesome presentations. I'm reading applications and scheduling visits. And so I'm just gonna give you all a quick overview about William & Mary and what we're all about. So William & Mary really in one sentence is an academically rigorous institution that will challenge you to think critically and to grow as a person and a student while being in a wonderfully warm, collaborative, and supportive environment. So you'll definitely be very well challenged on our campus, but you'll also be very well supported. So we are the 2nd oldest institution of higher learning in America. So we've been around a while. We're also a public Ivy institution, so we're a public college, so you'll get that in-state tuition if you're in Virginia. And so we've got a lot of firsts and a lot of great history. We're located in the southeastern part of Virginia, as you can see in the map down there. So we're about an hour away from the beach, Virginia Beach, or about an hour away from Richmond, and about 2.5 hours to 12 hours from DC. Not really 12 hours from DC, but it can feel like that sometimes. We actually have a train station and bus station within walking distance of campus. So if you wanted to take the train or bus up to DC or New York City for the weekend, you do have that opportunity. We've just over 6,000 students at the undergraduate level and just over 2,000 students at the graduate level. And so we also have students that come from all across the country as well. So we have students coming from all 50 states, Puerto Rico, DC, US Virgin Islands, and more than 60 foreign countries. So it's not unusual for students to come in not knowing anyone else. We do a great job with our orientation. We're very intentional with cultivating that community with 5 days of orientation before classes even start. So a couple of things I love to talk about for William & Mary, one that I feel like differentiates ourselves, because there's thousands of colleges out there. I mean, you can just hear all these different presentations and all these different great opportunities that you have on all these different campuses. Some of the things I feel like William & Mary has strengths in and I feel like differentiates ourselves. One is research. 80% of our undergraduate students complete research while at William & Mary, while 20% of our students are on a published academic paper before they even graduate. We have research in our very strong STEM programs, but also just across the board in all areas of study. There's so many professors that have told me that they love to recruit freshmen for their research, because then they can further develop their research capabilities throughout their 4 years. So you definitely have that available for you as a student right from when you first walk on the campus. Another thing I love to talk about is studying abroad. 60% of our students study abroad at William & Mary. We're actually the #1 public university in the nation for undergraduate study abroad participation. So we've had students study on every single continent, including Antarctica. And so that ranges from 2 weeks to 2 years for our study abroad program, our 2-year program being our joint degree program with the University of St. Andrews in Scotland. And so you're actually at St. Andrews in Scotland for 2 years, and you're at William & Mary for 2 years. And you'll earn a degree from each university over the course of 4 years. So I think that's really cool. One of the 2-week programs I love to talk about is that one of our students who used to work in our office, he was just talking to his professor about him really wanting to study the Middle East post-Arab Spring and kind of those ramifications. Just talking to his professor about it, and his professor was like, you know what, I'm going to Tunisia for 2 weeks. Do you want to come with me and study there? And so he got to go there and study there for 2 weeks and really get a great experience out of that with his professor. His fun fact is that he's on some Tunisian propaganda posters. So I think that's pretty fun, and just shows off kind of how we have these programs that are in-house. We also have these unofficial programs because you'll be known by your professors. We have 11-to-1 student to faculty ratio. Our average class size is about 25 to 35 students. 53%, so over half our courses have fewer than 20 students. And only 6% or so of our classes have more than 50 students. So we'll definitely have that intimate experience with professors who will know your name and will be investing in you, want to see you connected to those study abroad or research or internships or job opportunities. So it's definitely a great sort of close community. Another thing I love to talk about for William & Mary is that we have just a great flexibility in our curriculum. So we have every student that comes to William & Mary comes in undeclared. You're not actually allowed to declare a major until you've earned 36 credits, and you're not required to declare a major until the end of your sophomore year. So you have 2 years to really decide and kind of take a breather and try out different areas of interest and figure out what you want to do as a career. Now, if you know exactly what you want to do, you can hit the ground running and declare your major right when you can and just dig deep into those things. But you have that flexibility, which I think is really great, because it's kind of mind-blowing that, you know, at this point in your lives, you're expected to know what you want to do as a career. So I think that's great that we have that flexibility. Also, 1/3 of the credits required to graduate are dedicated to electives. So you have a lot of flexibility with those elective credits, and it's not unusual for students to double major in very different things, because William & Mary students, they are just so passionate and motivated and curious about so many different topics and interests that a lot of students end up double majoring. One of the students in our office, he was a double major in art history and biology, and he was still able to graduate on time because he was just really passionate and cared a lot about those two very different things. So that also gives us a lot of flexibility on our campus for trying out different areas of interest or trying out different majors and stuff like that. Also, one thing I love to talk about is our community. We just have such a warm, collaborative, and supportive community on our campus. One of the ways that really exemplifies that is our tradition called convocation, which is after the first day of classes, the freshman class comes together in front of the Wren building, which is the oldest academic building still in use today. And they listen to some keynote speakers, the president, she talks, and you go through the Wren building to the Sunken Garden. You just get met by the whole William & Mary student body and community, just cheering you on, high-fiving you, welcoming you to campus. Now, of course, that was virtual this year, but in a normal year, it's there. You just feel that energy and that welcoming atmosphere. So we definitely have a more supportive atmosphere. There's definitely not that toxic competitiveness atmosphere on our campus at all. The only competition I say is on our campus is students competing with themselves, because they're just very motivated and very curious students. And even then, we have a new wellness center that's only 2 years old. We have mental health resources and counseling and de-stress events, especially during finals and stuff like that. Anyway, so I know I'm getting the rings right now for it to be over, but a lot of ways to get connected, nearly 500 student clubs and organizations. And just to let you know, for the application, we are 100% test optional. We'll be test optional for the next 3 years as part of a pilot program that we've been wanting to start, and COVID-19 gave us a great excuse for that. And if you apply to William & Mary, you're automatically considered for all of our merit-based scholarships. And for in-state students, for a William & Mary promise, we promise to meet 100% of your demonstrated need for in-state students. Anyway,
Thanks, Logan.
Very shortened. We all have to get to questions, so that's great. So
Yes.
I'll sign off.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We really appreciate that. All right, so we are now going to hear from Sweet Briar College. So Sweet Briar team, take it away.
Hi, everyone. Awesome. So second time's the charm is going
Yes.
to be the kicker here. Okay, sorry, I'm sharing my screen right now. Let's see.
Yeah, we're just waiting for it to go to presentation mode, but yes, we are in. It is good. Yes. Yep.
So hi, my name is Ailish Rhodes, and I'm one of the admissions counselors here at Sweet Briar College, and I'm just going to give you our quick little spiel. So a little bit about Sweet Briar. We are an all-women's college, educating women leaders since about 1906. We are an intentionally small school with less than 400 students, and an average class size has under 10 students, typically around 6 or 7. 99% of our students live on campus, as well as 1/3 of our faculty and staff, which is kind of a cool little fact. We are dedicated to preparing young women to face the challenges of the 21st century world. One of my favorite things to talk about is we are on a 2,840-acre campus with endless opportunities for environmental research right on the grounds, which is wonderful. Our 130-acre equestrian center is directly on campus as well, and is only about a mile from the main quad. Oops, sorry about that. There we go. Our academics at Sweet Briar. So we have a unique calendar system, which is consisted of a 3-12-12 3-week semester program. So we do still have 2 semesters, but each one has a 3-week and a 12-week. So we have 20 undergraduate programs, including pre-med, pre-vet, and pre-law, which have incredibly successful acceptance rates, to school afterwards. We also offer a Master's of Art and Teaching program, which is very popular amongst our students. So instead of the Gen Ed curriculum, we have a leadership core curriculum, which consists of 10 courses that span multiple disciplines to underpin our liberal arts and sciences education. We do have an ABET accredited engineering program. There's only one other all-women's accredited college in the country, so we love that fact. We have an academic resource center for help with tutoring and time management, which is accessible to all students and comes at no additional fee. So career services and outcomes, so 6 out of 10 students work on research projects with faculty, which is 3 times more than the number of students at other colleges. 8 out of 10 of our students have at least 1 internship experience during their time at Sweet Briar, compared to 5 out of 10 students at other colleges. And everybody on campus has the ability to apply for a $2,000 engaged learning grant, which is really great because it teaches students not only how to write a grant, but how to allocate that money. And it's just money towards their research, which is wonderful. So 90% of Sweet Briar alumni are employed or in graduate school within 6 months of graduation, which I can speak to myself. I graduated in 2019, and within 2 months took this position here in admissions. So moving right along, we have endless student leadership opportunities, and that is one of the most important aspects of life on campus. So we have more than 20 clubs based around a variety of interests, such as beekeeping, which we chartered a few years ago. We have the Black Student Alliance, Chemistry Club, Culture Clubs. We have an International Culture Club, which is incredible. Environmental, Gay, Lesbian, or Whoever, which is just called GLOW. We have literary publications, Sweet Dancers. We have a radio station that's run by students, and of course, club sports. So every student is automatically a member of the Student Government Association, and executive board members are elected every year. So Vixen Athletics, we are a D3 school and compete within the ODAC conference. So we have 7 varsity teams. We have field hockey, tennis, cross country, soccer, swimming, field hockey, and golf, as well as 2 equestrian teams. Sorry, I'm very proud of myself for not losing my train of thought there, which I will talk about next. So Sweet Briar Riding, we offer an equine studies certificate, which is the equivalent to a minor, which a lot of our students take advantage of. We have one of the largest indoor college arenas in the nation, so we're able to run multiple lessons at the same time, which gives students much more access to the barn and to ride time. We are consistently ranked among the best college equestrian facilities in the country. As I said before, we do participate in the NCEA and IHSA circuits, as well as the ODAC competitions every year. So our NCEA team won the Sportsmanship Award in 2018, and Michaela Benjamin, who graduated in 2018, won the prestigious Youssef Cashion Cup at IHSA Nationals back in 2018. And I would also just like to say that we coined our team back in 2017, so that Sportsmanship Award was awarded during our first year competing, which is amazing. So IHSA, we are Zone 4 Region 4 team champions for 2019, which again is very impressive. But most importantly, we are very affordable. So our tuition this year was $21,900. Room and board was $13,500. There's a student life fee of $600 and a tech fee of $200. But all of that being said, 99% of our students receive a merit scholarship and or need-based aid from us. Typically, it's both. So as always, we urge you to submit your FAFSA. Our code is 003742 to be eligible for need-based aid. And I heard one of the other colleges say earlier that FAFSA opened today, so go and file as soon as possible. So applications, we try and make it very easy and have streamlined our process. So you can either apply right online at sbc.edu, or we do accept the Common App. There's no fee to apply if you go through sbc.edu, and if you do the Common App, there is only that initial fee. So test scores are optional if you have above a 3.0 GPA, but if you have below that, we do urge you to submit those with your application.
Amanda, we've reached the end of our time.
Oh, okay. So here is our.
So if you want to just wrap up, yeah.
Yeah, here's our Learn More page. If you would like visit information, you can go on sbc.edu. We are doing virtual tours and we are open in person for tours, and have filmed all sorts of professor and student panels, which are all linked on our website as well. So you can contact me or any of my coworkers at admissions@sbc.edu or give us a call at any time.
All right. Let me get my screen share back. Okay, so we have a couple minutes left real quick. And I wanted to ask everyone to present it, to turn your cameras back on, and to answer the question. Our question is usually favorite tradition. Logan, you kind of included that in there. So if you wanted to instead, say anything about just your contact information, the email or anything, you could substitute if you'd like, or if you have a different tradition to share, go ahead. But could everyone share like one favorite campus tradition experience that you think is really unique to your institution? And we'll go in the same order that we did the presentation. So Sarah, would you mind starting?
Yeah, of course. So one really cool thing I didn't mention is our world-class percussion ensemble, and we get a light and sound crew from Washington, D.C. to come in and light up our show, and it's like a big rock show. So definitely come and check that out whenever we're allowed to have concerts again.
Very cool. Awesome. Catherine?
Yes, absolutely. Great question. One thing I love is our Gold Rush. Gold Rush at UNC pretty much welcomes all of our returning and brand new students. It really allows students to, for free, just kind of get to know our student organizations. We have over 400 different clubs and organizations for students, and it's a really great way to get a sense of Niner pride, learn about campus traditions, but also just expose our brand new and returning students to all the campus resources and the faculty and staff and the whole community as well.
Great. Alan, Concord?
Yeah, so sure. There's a big hill at Concord, and it slopes down into what we call the valley of campus. And so when I was a student, when it would snow, we would all drop cafeteria trays out the window because the student center and the cafeteria is right next to the hill. And those would be our sleds to ride down the hill. I'm not saying I ever rode on a cafeteria tray. You know, what happened at Concord stays at Concord. But the cafeteria is trayless now. Students use trash bags, trash can lids, canoes, that, you know, whatever vehicle you can find. But it's a lot of fun. It's something the kids look forward to every year.
Debbie?
Yes, traditions at the University of Mississippi are tremendous. I think we are most known nationwide for the Grove. Gorgeous area, 10 acres that students can sit out classes when the weather's permitting. It's really the heartbeat of our campus, but what makes it so special is on game day. And especially this time of year for football games, we take tailgating to a whole nother level. And also Roanoke is home to our alum, William Faulkner. So on his birthday, there's always some sweets that are enjoyed at his estate, Roanoke.
All right, Logan?
Yeah, sure. So we've got a lot of traditions on our campus, being the second oldest college in America. So my other favorite tradition is the Yule log ceremony, which is all the students come together in the Wren courtyard, and they have hot chocolate and hot cider, and students bring a log into the like a fireplace, and it's tradition that students will walk by and put holly leaves into the fire for good luck. And then the president, she tells a story about 'twas the night before finals, because it's usually like the weekend before finals start. And so just a fun event, a cappella groups sing and whatnot. So it's kind of a form, fuzzy event before finals start to kind of de-stress, to relax a little bit.
Sweet Briar?
Yeah, okay, so, oops. So I think my favorite tradition here at Sweet Briar is when you're a senior, it's usually a couple of nights before you graduate, the senior champagne toast at her home. And it's really special because she gives this like beautiful speech about all of your accomplishments. And it's just, for me, it was a big symbol of just my time at Sweet Briar and how special it was, and just that the work that I did was appreciated, and it's something that we all really look forward to. So it's a very memorable moment, and I think it's a lot of alums' favorite memory.
Awesome. Thank you. I love hearing everything, but I really love being able to bring that little extra bit of your campus student experience to our presentations. Thank you, facilitators, for joining us and working with our tech challenges tonight and being amazing colleagues to each other across the country. And to all of our attendees, we appreciate you spending time learning about these 6 great institutions to consider for your college experience. When you close this window, there'll be a link to a very quick 4-question survey. We'd appreciate any feedback that you can provide. And again, this is just one of many sessions being hosted. So be sure to sign up for additional sessions at strivescan.com/Virginia. And in about a week, you'll be able to find this session's recording as well as all of the other session recordings at strivescan.com/Virginia. Thank you, everyone, and have a wonderful evening. Good night.
Yeah. Have a good night.